welcome back to another episode of the WeSportin podcast. And I know you guys are seeing back-to-back free agency videos. This is part 2 because, there's so much going on that we have to talk about it. So we're just going to dive right into it. I'm not going to even hesitate. I'm just going to be honest with you guys and just give you all the exact news. News coming in out of the Bengals as they signed Trey Hendrickson to a 4-year, $60 million deal after he recorded a last year stat of 13.5 sacks last year. Played an amazing year. He secured his bag with the Bengals and hopefully to help that D-line and work alongside Geno Atkins. Next, we have a re-sign for the New Orleans Saints re-signing back Jameis Winston to a 1-year, $12 million deal. Kind of a surprise after they re-signed Tamison Hill for a big contract. Kind of a really weird thing that they're going out and signing him to a $12 million deal, but, who knows. Jets go out and re-sign Carl Lawson to a 3-year, $45 million deal. Jets making a lot of big moves in this offseason right now just so they can build up for the draft to hopefully pick the quarterback that they can get and to build up the D-line as well on the defense after having one of the most worst defenses in the NFL last season. Titans go out and sign Bud Dupree to a 5-year, $82.5 million deal. Bud Dupree coming off an ACL injury last year, having a season-ending injury, but now hopefully coming back on the Tennessee Titans as their edge rusher, as Jadeveon Clowney is walking out on free agency, which is good. And as we stick to Tennessee, we're going right back to New York. Corey Davis, former Titan, signs a 3-year, $37.5 million deal with the Jets. Being again one of their best receivers as well. We're going to be playing alongside Jamison Crowder, so hopefully Zach Wilson, who knows, could be having some good targets next season.
Nico, for your sake, you better hope it's Justin Fields because you have some money riding on that second overall pick. But I digress. Nico, continue with the free agents.
Alrighty. Hunter Henry Hunter Henry signing a 3-year, $27.5 million contract with the New England Patriots, now making him alongside with Jonnu Smith. As we did discuss yesterday, Jonnu Smith did sign with New England, doing a $50 million deal. Hunter Henry now signing in a $27.5 million deal with the Pats. Kind of weird they're going 2 tight end sets right now, but hey,
we'll talk more on the Patriots later because as we discussed last episode, the Patriots have gone all in. And they have not stopped. They have just been throwing money at anything and everything that moves.
Yes.
So,
and also
on that later.
Yeah. Also news coming out of New England as well. Nelson Aguilar, 2-year, $26 million deal. Like once again, building up receivers for Cam Newton, I guess. Last year, they did not have the best receivers in the world. So now this year, hopefully we're going to see Nelson Aguilar and look to him to be maybe being their number 1 wideout. Who knows? Yannick Ngakoue, former Viking, Raven, and Jaguar, signing a 2-year, $26 million contract with the Oakland Raiders to kind of just help them out basically on their defensive side. I would be more looking for them to sign corners, but, that's just me. But it does fill in that role that – oh, my God. Sorry, guys. It does fill in that role that they did losing Khalil Mack, so I guess that's good as well. Browns signed John Johnson to a 3-year, $33.75 million contract. Pretty big news coming out from the Cleveland Browns. After making their historic playoff run and being
it was really interesting. I just want to say something about John Johnson. We had wrapped up the previous episode with Nico breaking the rumor that John Johnson was interested in signing with Jacksonville, I believe it was. But literally right after we had finished recording, like not even 10 minutes later, John Johnson had turned around and signed with the Browns. Yeah. So funny how fast things happen in the NFL world. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, but are you done soon, dude? You've been going through a lot. Your voice is getting hoarse. Here, take some water, my guy. You've been talking a lot. Yeah.
I know. Okay, guys. So we have 3. We just have 3 more signings left, and then there's like 2 major signings that me and Drew are going to discuss that we're not very happy about. Buccaneers actually re-signed Gronkowski to a 1-year, $10 million deal, bringing him back.
Gronky's back.
Yes, he is. He's back. He's ready for action. Now, news coming out of the Chargers. Chargers signed Corey Linsley to a 5-year, $62.5 million deal. Drew will get into that in about 3.5 seconds for us. As Broncos go out and sign Ronald Darby to a 3-year, $30 million deal, former Washington Redskin or football team, and a Philadelphia Eagle.
And Nico, we'll get into that in a little bit.
But now I cut off on free agency. Drew, take it away.
All right. So I know we said we talk about Corey Linsley. We'll get to him. The first thing I want to talk about is continue the discussion on the Patriots that we started in the last episode. In the last episode, the Patriots had made so many moves. Smith, Judon, Mills, Godcho. They were not done. They added 3 more pass catchers, Nelson Aguilar, as Nico stated previously, Kendrick Bourne, the former 49er, and Hunter Henry. So now that's a bunch of weapons that they've added. And quite frankly, they also added Dietrich Wise back, 4 years, $30 million deal. Henry Anderson from the Jets on a very team-friendly deal. The New England Patriots have added about 10, 11, 12 guys at most major positions throughout this offseason. And this is the most money that they've spent in a long time. I think the total number guaranteed is like $137.5 million that they've spent in total in just the span of 2 days. That's astonishing. The Patriots want to win now. And I mean, I question the 2 tight end sets like Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry. Why go get the other when you have one? I mean, the Patriots also drafted 2 tight ends in the 2020 NFL draft. So I guess that's a strange strategy that they're going for. But hey, I mean, if you're going to get one, why not get them all? But Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft are definitely doing some major work on the free agent market. And it's definitely something of note. But now we get into Corey Linsley, the first team All-Pro center from formerly of my Green Bay Packers, is now a Los Angeles Charger. And it's not the first time that something like this has happened, where a beloved offensive lineman has gone and signed with the Los Angeles Chargers. Just a year ago, Brian Bulaga did the same thing and signed with the Chargers for a long-term deal. Now Linsley and Bulaga are reunited in the City of Angels. I'm glad that they're happy together, basically in the retirement home that is the Los Angeles Chargers protecting Justin Herbert. Just wish it could be with Green Bay. Although I'm sad to see Corey Linsley go because I loved him a lot, and like I love Brian Bulaga, so this isn't the first time. The Packers have been very blessed with good offensive line development and talent. I think we have the guys that can plug and play. We have Elgton Jenkins that was a guard. We can slide him over to center. He's actually played all 5 positions for us. We can just slide Lucas Patrick into the guard. John Runyon Jr., we can also slide there. So, I mean, the loss of Corey Linsley hurts, yes, but I think we'll be fine in terms of depth. You know, we also have 10 picks in the draft, so we could probably use some to bolster the offensive line there. It just sucks to see Corey Linsley go because of how talented he was and his long-standing tenure with the Packers. And thank you for your service, Mr. Linsley. You will be missed. Now I turn it over to Nico.
You don't have to. I don't think
I'm going to, as all day yesterday, Nico was texting me just constantly. Are the football team going to do anything? Are the footballers going to do anything? What's going on? What's going on in DC? As we saw guys like Kevin Pierre-Louis sign with Houston, and the big one, especially considering that the football team was already thin at cornerback anyway, Ronald Darby signs a 3-year deal with Denver. What are your thoughts on the inactivity coming from Dan Snyder?
What are we doing? We're just sitting there watching people just walk in the wind and not sign. I don't even want to go off right now because I don't even want to act like I'm pissed. But I mean, I don't really care. None of this crap is scripted. You couldn't even go out and sign Jameis goddamn Winston, which I would have been happy with. You
Hold on. Whoa. I mean, I hate to cut you off there, but Ryan Fitzpatrick. Fitzmagic, the magic man, taking his talents from South Beach to our nation's capital on a 1-year, $10 million deal to be the short-term starter of the Washington football team. So you got your quarterback. I mean, you already have 3. That's your 3rd quarterback on the roster. You had Fitzpatrick with Taylor Heineke, who you gave an extension to this offseason, and Kyle Allen, who you brought back on a league minimum deal. So you got a crowded quarterback room. And I mean, hey, it wasn't Winston, but you got Fitzpatrick. I mean, that's got to count for something, right? What do you think about Fitzpatrick?
Tua starting and he isn't.
I mean,
that should tell you something.
I mean, he's gone from Miami.
Okay, last year when Ryan Fitzpatrick was a starter, he went 4-3 under Miami and threw for over, I think, 2,000 yards and 13 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. I'm not upset because at least it's someone I know that is not inconsistent with the ball, and I know that he has a good arm. I just really hope
Ryan Fitzpatrick kind of defines inconsistent. Remember that stretch in Tampa Bay when he was like the best quarterback in the league for like the first 3 weeks, and then he got benched for Jameis Winston because he started throwing all those interceptions?
I mean,
I'm not saying that I'm not saying that this is a bad signing for the football team by any means. If you want a guy that's going to come in and groom a Taylor Heineke, or say you draft a quarterback, don't know why you do that because you already have 3 on the roster that you've committed to.
Mac Jones, please. We're not as bad as you think we are, okay? We have Terry.
Here's the thing, Nico. I'm going to be honest. With Fitzpatrick, Heineke, and Allen, I don't think drafting a quarterback in the first round is in the cards. I think maybe you'll be better off using that pick on a corner.
I saw Jalen Waddle. Yeah, guys. Also, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna take this off real quick. I'm gonna just go a little off the script here. Washington, I swear.
No, don't hurt the people's ears.
Okay, Washington. I'm just gonna say right now.
Don't hurt the people's ears.
Hold on.
Move the mic. No, move the mic.
Oh my!
You put that microphone back, Nico Ricardo Hernandez. You put that microphone back. All right.
Listen,
you're not gonna hurt the people's ears. All right.
Washington. All I'm asking is Kenny Golladay is still there. Juju Smith is still there.
There are a lot. That's another thing. The wide receivers. There are a lot of good wide receivers that still need homes. Like Kenny Golladay, after a day, still a free agent. Same thing with Will Fuller, Juju Smith-Schuster. I've heard Curtis Samuel, Washington being the front runner for.
Really? He's good as hell.
Yes, I have heard that, Nico. Oh, God, don't get your hopes up. I mean, Marvin Jones, Antonio Brown. The point being, there's still a lot of time, and there's still a lot of guys left to be signed. So
what's going to happen?
So what your football team will do, it's going to be fun to watch.
I'll tell you what's going to happen. Dan Snyder is going to look in the mirror, and he's going to have his head so far up his ass that he's not even going to sign any of them and just go draft a freaking wideout in the 5th round and call him a 2nd round and draft pick prospect. And you know what? Whatever. I digress. Anyway, so I think we're going to end the video off here because I
think that's a good note to end it on.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. We're going to be coming out with NCAA later today with Tim, and we're going to be having more free agency, probably coming in later today. Who knows? Because I'm busy for the next 2 days.
We'll have a part 3 because there's still a lot of guys left to be signed, still very young. So free agency period, still a lot that's going to happen. Hopefully the footballs don't let more guys walk out the door. Although for entertainment's sake and for Nico's sanity, I kind of hope they do nothing.
How much money do how much money do the Packers have?
I mean, we're already a championship team.
Okay, whatever, guys. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to link, Drew, you're going to link the descriptions and all that. I will as well. Thank you guys for watching. Be out for more free agency content, and peace.